Okay, chat, I'm here. First stream of the new year. Oh my god, I actually made it. I was actually gonna cancel this stream. I was actually gonna cancel this stream. After watching the finale of Stranger Things, I was actually gonna cancel this stream, bro. But you know, can't. There's no point in delaying the inevitable. All right, let's start off with a song recommendation today. It's going to be "Killing It Girl" Soul Remix by J BTS featuring Glorilla, streaming and buying on all platforms. W Remix. Welcome board, welcome Doom. Doom's been timed out already. What? Bro, how you guys doing, chat? Happy New Year. Oh, I haven't finished the last 25 minutes. Gotta watch that real quick. Maybe I'll do that right now. BRB, but first, the ritual. Okay. Okay. Got you. Chat, let's go full screen. Today, we're going to be playing Burger Shop 1 on relax mode. But first, let me put out the pin. Stranger Things spoilers will be mentioned. If you have not watched all of Stranger Things, it is best that you do not watch this stream today until you have. Because yeah, you're gonna be spoiled. I'm letting it all go. I'm letting it all go. This is probably my last yap about this until their spin-offs come out. So, I'm letting it all go, chat. But I feel like I still need a minute. Like I need a minute. Bro, but chat, let's go in relax mode. Let me lock in a little bit on relax mode. I can't stop sighing after watching the finale. I cannot stop sighing. I've been sighing all day. Bro. Bro, hold on. Is that pin staying for whole stream? Okay, yeah. I had to make sure it wasn't on a timer. Let's start off on Pagoda. The goal is gold. Dude. But chat, Stranger Things is over. It's over. But, of course, they've been talking about doing, what do you call it? Spin-offs? There's already one on Netflix right now. It's not out yet, but you can click on it and, see it's an animated spin-off. Now, for the other spin-offs, I know nothing about them, except for the fact that they keep teasing the fact that they want to do a spin-off with like whole new characters, but it's still like Stranger Things, quote unquote. Who knows? We'll see. I think they're actually gonna do it. I don't know. I'll watch it, of course. But huh. I'm playing the Stranger Things official playlist on Spotify right now in the background chat. And dude, a part of me knew that it was gonna be Prince's songs in there. I knew it. A part of me felt it, but I was like, oh, which one though? But of course, When Doves Cry and Purple Rain. On. Okay. Dude, I still need a minute before I talk about it. It's that serious. Oh, I put the. Okay, no, I thought I put the wrong thing in there. Chat. It is very much time. Hold on, BurgerBot, lock in. I don't even know what I was gonna say actually. I forgot immediately, bro. I literally immediately forgot. You can't make this up. No, I actually don't remember. That's crazy. But, bro, anyways.
Burger bot activated.
Oh, you got that Big Mac over there. I put the wrong drink on. This is gonna take forever. Every time. I say that every time. As if I haven't already done this 3 times already. Okay, but anyway, so to start the Stranger Things yap, the Stranger Things finale yap. I should summarize it first. Well, I'm not gonna summarize it. Okay. To give the honest opinion, and the key word here is opinion. Everyone's saying something different. Everyone's got their own opinion. Reminder. That was the best, but I'm not done yet. That was the best, but also mediocre ending it could have had. The best, but mediocre at the same time. It's paradoxical. I don't know, man. It's that one quote. How can it be both? It just somehow is. The best yet the worst. I don't have the willpower to talk about Stranger Things, bro. I just don't have the willpower to talk about it. After watching that finale, I just don't. Like, I could yap about it forever. But I just don't. That's why I was gonna cancel stream. I was like, man, that didn't go how I thought it would. That actually didn't go how anyone thought it would. They were saying, the creators were saying, like, oh, no one's guessed the ending correctly yet. Like, from everything they've seen, no one's guessed it right. Yeah. I wonder why. I wonder why. Maybe because a lot of the things that we were saying were low-key kind of better than what actually happened. We overhyped it all over again. We love overhyping. But at the same time, I will say it's a good ending, but it's also a bad ending at the same time. Both. It's just both. Also, I will never see Purple Rain the same ever again. Thanks, Stranger Things, for that. Bro, thanks. Thanks, I guess. That's not a good thing. Alright, I'm gonna talk about the boss fight, because that should have, that should be the main talk, right? That's the most important thing. Dude, the boss itself, the boss reveal, the boss itself, oh my goodness. That was the coolest thing I have ever seen. Right? I put a cherry on that. That's going in the trash. That boss was actually the best thing I've ever seen. Here's my complaint. Here's where it goes down, I don't know, man. Here's where it goes down. That boss stayed on that screen for like 3 minutes. This episode was 2 hours and some change, by the way. 2 hours and some change. And they said here's 3 minutes. of a boss that you've waited 10 years to see. Here's 3 minutes. Now, 3 minutes is an exaggeration. I don't know the actual time. It could have been 5. Hey, who knows? It's probably 5 minutes. What difference does it make? But, you know, here's this boss you've waited years to see, and it looks super cool, and they did a really good job. And then here's also this boss that's supposed to be super powerful. In here, take this. All these kids defeat it. Not a single one of them dies. Not a single one of them even gets hurt. You're playing in my face. This boss is bigger than a building. This boss is bigger than your average grocery store. Not a single person got hurt. You're playing in my face. Not saying that they had to, but it would have been realistic. But, you know, it's a sci-fi show, so there's nothing realistic, you know? Like, what am I on about? But it would have added to it, you know? They've gotten hurt in these big boss battles before, you know? Just tie it together. That boss fight really lasted like 5 seconds. Why do you want ketchup on your ice cream? Disgusting. Boss fight really lasted like 5 seconds. I wish it lasted longer. It would have been literally the best boss fight. They defeated it so easy. Like, their plan worked out perfectly. Exactly how they wanted. And I'm just like, okay. And it felt like plot armor. It just felt like straight plot armor. But another complaint I have. The Demogorgons didn't even make it to the screen. The whole start of the show was Demogorgons. You'd think you would have Demogorgons in the final battle. And we don't just have Demogorgons in the show. We've got Demogorgons, Demo Bats, Demo Dogs, Vines. You think that would be in the final battle, you know? Like, they just said, no, actually, we're not gonna have any of that. Let's just have Vecna and the Mind Flayer in its true form. Like, what? And even I would have at least expected to see them in the Upside Down. That, at the very least. They weren't. There's nothing in the Upside Down except for military. Bro. It's actually frustrating. They dropped the ball on that one. I need a cherry, but I can't find a cherry. Girl, you're not getting your ice cream. Oh, here it is. But there was this moment where a character definitely should have died, and then they didn't die, you know? It would have made sense if she did. Why didn't she die? Plot armor. Gotta love plot armor when you're too scared to kill your own characters. Me personally, there have been twice over where that character should have died. And it would have just made perfect sense, and it wouldn't have even have been, dang, I'm kind of angry that they died. I'd be like, oh no, that's very understandable, and I get why that happened, and it had to happen. Shout out to Nancy Wheeler. Nancy, walk him down Wheeler. But, you know, whatever. I think her death should have been her death. That didn't happen, by the way. She lived. Not saying that's a bad thing, but I'm also just like, she definitely got insane plot armor. She should have died. But her first death should have been when she was confessing to Jonathan. when they shot the exotic matter and it was destabilized. That should have been it right there. It would have been perfect, would have been beautiful, and then Jonathan would have died with her, by the way. But no, let's not do that, because yeah, why not? And then, you know, since they didn't kill her there, I would have been like, okay, well, she's literally putting herself as bait for this big mind flare in its true form. She's definitely gonna die here. She literally gets backed into a corner while this thing that is literally thousands of times, like thousands of times her size, you know. Oh, but no, guess what happens? Oh, the team comes together and the plan comes into perfect fruition, to perfect form. Just in time. In perfect time. And so that's why it felt like plot armor. Now watch me throw those fries away just for someone to order them. What else do I want to talk about? This big bad boss didn't even come in phases, by the way. He was just kind of walking around and chomping at things. Just swinging at things. It didn't have any phases. That boss had no depth except for the way that it looked. It looked insanely cool, but it had no depth. It was a flat boss. And I'm just like, we waited this much time for this boss, this many years. These characters waited this many years to go and fight this boss, and it was just that easy for them? It was just that easy? No. No. It's not right. They literally speed ran the boss fight, basically. That's what it felt like when I was watching it. They absolutely speed ran it. It felt like they just wanted it over with. Like, I'm not talking about the characters, of course they want it over with. But, I'm talking about the writers. Talking about the writers, they just wanted that whole thing. It felt like they wanted the whole show to be over. So they just rushed the final episode. Especially the boss fight, which should have been the one thing that you weren't gonna rush. Because we waited for that. That's the whole thing. That was like the main thing of the show, bro. But whatever. Oh, I haven't even got into the parts that bother me. That does bother me. But there's more. Is what I'm trying to do. There's more. I'll put tomatoes on it. But okay. What else I want to say? Callie's death. Callie's death. They speedran Callie's death. She added nothing. Nothing. Everyone's saying, oh, she's gonna be the traitor. She added nothing. Her being there was just useless, other than the fact that she basically saved 11 at the end. Being like, oh, your story doesn't have to end here, but mine does. You know, or whatever. She saved 11 from sacrificing herself in the Upside Down. Although that is what she literally wanted the full time, but you know, it's weird. But what else? What else? What else? What else? I'm so locked in. Hold on, chat. Okay. What else? Love the song choices though. Love the song choices. But like I said, I will never be able to hear Purple Rain by Prince the same ever again with that cringy scene that you threw in front of my face for no reason at all. Stick to my stomach. To give context. So, they get out of the upside down, you know. Everyone, by the way, everyone made it out of the upside down except Kali and Vecna. So, you know. You know. Underwhelming. Let's see. Here, robot, you got that. So they make it out of the upside down. They're playing what? They're playing the other Prince song, Doves. I forgot the name there. When Doves Cry. Love that song. Right? Amazing song choice. You know, it's like, oh wow, the whole gang made it out. Okay, amazing. And then outside waiting for them is the military, of course, because they want 11, because they want to make more Henrys, because they want her power, her blood. And she's the closest blood to Henry. They wanted to use it to fight the commies. Bro. So, you know, of course, they're out there waiting for them, basically. 11 somehow already knew that was gonna happen, and she got out, and Kali's doing this, like, fake out of her in front of the upside down portal on the upside down side. Even though 11 has apparently escaped, according to Mike. But, no, yeah, she's doing this fake out, but, you know, in this moment, Mike doesn't realize it's a fake out. He thinks that she's really gonna die. Along with the upside down, all of it being blown up by the bomb they made. By the bomb that he made. Of all things. Him, specifically. And so they have this moment. 11 takes Mike into his mind. See, now that should have been the key hint right there, that she wasn't actually being affected by all the military stuff that weakens her powers. Because she was out of range, which means she had escaped. But she goes into his mind, or brings him into her mind, or whatever. So that they can have a little moment, and it's so cringe. I'm sorry, it's cringe. I would have rather not seen that. But no, she's like, oh, well, Mike, you're the only person who's ever, like, understood me. You know, you get me. And she was like, oh, I love you, Mike. One, he just stands there. He doesn't tell her that he loves her back, even though he knows she's about to die, be blown into smithereens to never be seen again. He doesn't tell her. Again, by the way, this is a common occurrence with Mike Wheeler. He never tells her. And that's been one of her main issues with their whole thing. He could care less, to be honest. But like, they're super emotional, they're crying, oh my god. Where did this like come from all of a sudden though? The whole season? And I mean the whole of season 5. She feels like she's no. Okay, to the average watcher, I feel like it feels like she's giving him the cold shoulder just a little bit. But like they're still friends and all, and they're still cool. Right? But that's the key word. It felt like they were just friends throughout the whole thing. So when they just go into this random scene of them confessing their love for each other, well, I mean one-sided, by the way. Mike never said anything. It was just like, what? Why are you throwing this in my face all of a sudden? That did not line up with anything that happened this season. You know, maybe if you threw that in the earlier seasons, yeah, okay, because there was a small build up to it. But this was just thrown in my face just because you wanted to throw something in my face. You just wanted to appease an audience, and that's what you got. That's what you did. You just threw that in there because why not? Genuinely could I live without that. And then they start playing Purple Rain by Prince. And I'm like, oh, don't do it. Don't do this to me. Don't do this. And then they give the most awkwardest scene between the two. And then they kiss. And I'm like, yuck. Yuck. Because it was cringe. It was awkward. It was like, I don't know if it was just a bad script for that part, or if it was just bad acting, or it felt comedic. Like them having that little moment, it felt comedic. It didn't feel like, oh, the love of your life is about to die. You know? It felt straight comedic. It didn't feel serious. Even the kiss itself, that was awkward. I don't ever want to watch that again. I'm scared to go and rewatch the last episode. I'm scared. I don't want to see that again. I'll be honest. And that's not me being a hater on 11. That is just, oh, just watch it and you'll see. Just watch it and you'll see. I genuinely don't know what happened right there. Like, is it bad script or is it bad acting? I don't know. I've put the wrong thing on this burger. You know what? It works out, actually. Genuinely, I don't know. So, I don't know, man. Did they not feel like doing a retake? That's beyond me. And they're really good actors, too. You know, that's the crazy part. Those two are really good actors. So, like, I really don't know what happened. That was insane, and I don't want to see that again. I really don't. But yeah, and I can't believe they took that route too. I cannot believe they took that route. Like, I really did not expect that to happen. But they did it anyway. They were building the whole season up for them to be like not together anymore and just be friends basically. And then all of a sudden they're like, hey, here's this, why not? But anyway, so they don't end up together, Mike and 11, by the way. They don't end up together. Because 11 has to go and hide away in some small town away from the government so they don't use her for making more of her. Which, okay, I guess. So, in the end, it shows Mike living, well, no, it shows him writing. He's living a lonely life, basically, by himself. Keyword, by himself. Guess what? Byler didn't happen. Byler didn't happen. Didn't happen. Oh, to make it worse, Mike and Will weren't even supposed to have a final scene together. Like, as best friends. Like, I'm not even... Like, let's hold the Byler thing for a second. Just them being friends. Okay, because we know that that's the whole thing with them. They're best friends, right? Apparently, they weren't even supposed to have that scene. They weren't even gonna put it in. But then one of the actors, I think it was Noah Schnapp, he was like, "Can you guys put this scene in?" Apparently, they weren't even gonna get to the whole thing of Mike being like, having a one-on-one with Will after him coming out, right, and being like, I'm sorry for the things I said to you back then, right? I didn't know. He did know. That was bad writing. He did know. Mike Wheeler is clueless, but that was the one thing that he caught onto early on. All right, please get out of my face. But anyway, so they have this moment where there's just like, it's really sweet. That's cool. You guys are still friends. Amazing. Nothing's changed. Keyword. Bro. But Will says like, "Oh, I'm glad we can still be friends and all." And Mike says, "Friends? No." Pause. And I'm not saying pause, be like, just wait a second. No, 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 no. He actually fully paused the sentence. Friends? No. Best friends. Twisting the knife in the wound, don't you, Duffer Brothers? Twisting the knife in the wound. You know what you were doing. You know what you were doing. Hate to see it. Hate to see it. Starting off 2026 with a loss. We love it. We love it. We love it. You didn't even have to do the pause. That scene apparently wasn't even gonna make it though. It wasn't gonna make it. But, you know, they had enough respect for us. And Noah Schnapp had enough respect for us to ask them to put it in. Which means that if that wasn't in there, the whole best friend thing of Will and Mike would have just fell flat. Still think it did fall flat. But hey, whatever. But, oh, twisting the knife in the wound. Hate to see it. Where's my salad bowl? That's been in front of my face the whole time. It's been done for a good minute. Bro, get out of my face. They didn't even have to make him pause there. They did that on purpose. Friends? No. Let's give it 5 seconds. Give it 5 seconds. Best friends. Oh my god. Great. Good for them. Amazing. They paralleled the quote from season 4. Amazing. You'd love to see it. Also, them ending the show off with Byler's song is twisting the knife in the wound. Because Heroes by David Bowie just started playing. That's Mike and Will's song. Just for context. They ended the show with that song, by the way. Love that song. But that was twisting the knife in the wound. Didn't even have to. What else? I don't even feel like playing this game anymore. I've just reminded myself of this ending all over again. I don't even feel like playing anymore. Okay. So let's see. So we did that scene. What else do I want to yap about? Also, chat, remember to change my character. Wow. What else do I want to yap about? Best friends. That will haunt me forever. That will actually haunt me forever. Thanks for that. I really thought that was gonna be the moment. A part of me really thought when he paused, I really thought. But you know, chat, I'll stay delusional till the end. I don't care. And I don't even want to hear the, oh, I told you so. I told you Byler wasn't gonna happen. I told you. I don't want to hear it. I needed that win. I really needed that win, and it didn't happen. And I promise you, Byler was in the books. With the way that they were planning it out all these seasons, with the way that the actors themselves were hyping it up, with the way that people were lying in our faces. The painting from season 4, by the way, the painting from season 4 that Will made for Mike, but in the van he tells Mike that it was from Elle, that it was her idea, and he just painted it. That was said that it was going to pay off in the end. Because an interviewer asked him, hey, how does Mike not know? How is he so clueless? And then they was like, oh, yeah, I asked them about that. They said it'll pay off in the end, so just wait. That painting was never even mentioned. It was shown in Mike's, like, future Mike scene. It was shown while he was typing on his desk, on the typewriter. It's just shown on the wall. It was never mentioned. Will never even got to tell Mike that he was the one who made the painting and the whole idea behind the painting. He never even got to say it, even though that was like a big thing that they were hyping up. My issue was a lot of the lying that was going around, or like I don't even feel like it's lying. I think they were told one thing, and then when they finally got the script, another thing happened. You know, I feel like it wasn't even them just trying to lie and build a false narrative. I think they just decided to change it. But, you know, that's TV for you. That's writers for you. It was also the whole thing of the actors being, or Noah, I think it was Noah Schnapp, the actor for Will, being like, oh, I had the most amount of scenes with Finn, the actor who plays Mike. That didn't happen. Didn't happen. That's what really confuses me. It didn't happen at all. Oh, Burger Bot, you got that. I don't want to deal with that. There's a lot of false narratives being going and spread around.
Burger Bot activated.
Dude, what else do I want to yap about this? Oh, here it is. Okay. So they give everyone, like, you know, a future scene, like what they're doing in the future and all that. Will gets to be in a gay bar. Okay, amazing for you. Amazing. You're living your life open and how you want it to be. They give him an epilogue boyfriend that he met in a gay bar. It's not special. It just felt like, here, take it. That's what it felt like. It was just like, here, dang. Tired of hearing us yap about it. No one asked for that. And I'm not saying that's a bad thing. I'm saying that they should have given him something more meaningful. If they really ditched the idea of him and Mike, at least give him something meaningful. They didn't even show what he's like doing in the future. They just put that in there and be like, okay, next scene. Like, what's he doing for himself? Other than being open and free, amazing. What's he actually like doing? They showed Mike became a writer. You know, I've made the wrong ice cream. They showed Mike became a writer and all. They showed Steve became like a teacher and a coach. For whatever reason. But you know, like, what is he doing?
Burger bot activated.
Don't know. We'll never know. Here, you got that burger bot. I just don't feel like it. I put the wrong thing on. What else? There's everything. I say what else? There's everything.
Burger bot activated.
I'm about to beat this one, by the way. Oh, I've made the wrong one. Okay, who else am I talking about? Am I mad that Byler didn't happen? Yeah, I'm mad. I spent 10 years defending a show that they weren't just playing in our faces. I guarantee you Byler was in the books. But then they were like, no, let's spread this other message instead. They bro, I'm ready to log out. They literally made it seem like, oh, Byler was gonna happen, or that, you know, at least gonna be like a little bit of something. Even if they didn't get together, you know, something, a confession, like a proper confession from Will or from Mike. I don't know, man, who cares? But something more than what we got, at least. Also, I got gold. I'm leaving this one now. Achieve a gold medal in the pagoda relax mode. But you know, there was supposed to be more. I swear to you, there was. Spaceship. Gold is gold. Gold is gold. Gold is gold. Bro. But I'll die on this hill when I say that Mike never loved 11 more than as a best friend. Trauma bonded. Just like Jonathan and Nancy, they should have been nothing more than platonic. I didn't even tell her he loved her in the end. For shame. Also, the ending scene. What is it? They're all playing D&D. I was so glad that that scene was in there. I was waiting for it. I was like, dude, they haven't played D&D this whole season. Wasn't that this whole show? You know, like, and then they do. They played D&D, and Max even played. And then she realized the hype, and that was like her last game, though. Her first and her last game of D&D. Well, I guess technically there was an 18-month time gap, so it was not probably her first D&D game. I don't know. Because she had a whole binder, and you know, you don't make a binder for someone who's playing once. But, yeah. Speaking of Max, Lucas and Max, they made it. Amazing, dude. I'm so glad that they made it. They were endgame. Made the wrong ice cream. They were endgame. Amazing. At least I won there.
Burger bot activated.
What else? Hopper and Joyce, they made it. They're getting married. They finally got to go to their dinner date at Enzo. I knew it was gonna happen, but like actually being able to see it and not them just saying it was amazing. They finally got their happy ending, kind of, because Hop still has the heartbreak of thinking that Elle's dead, even though she's not. Hold on, I'm locked in. Bro, you got that. You got that. Someone's getting upset. But, what else? I love how the song that played when they were dancing was At Last. It started with At Last, and I was like, that was perfect, because finally took y'all long enough. Dang. I love how they didn't even bother to show what Murray was up to, though. Like, they gave a lot of characters a little, like, oh, here's what they're doing now. Murray was nowhere to be seen. They could care less. Oh, you know who else wasn't nowhere to be seen? Erica. One of the main characters' sister, who was like a big part of the plan. Erica. Mr. Clark. Erica's parents. They could care less. Oh, you know who else wasn't in the epilogue scenes? We know what we don't know what happened. Vicky. Vicky. The couple that they hyped up. The couple that they literally put together. That they didn't even have to put together because it was looking like they weren't going to. And then at the end of season 4, they finally did. I was like, yeah, let's go. And then season 5, they're like, yeah, let's go. And then at the last episode, they're like, no, let's not go, actually. Suddenly, they have problems. Suddenly, Vicky doesn't even exist. Suddenly, she's an overbearing partner, quote unquote, from Vicky. Suddenly, Vicky's alone. Suddenly, I feel like there's a pattern being shown. But hey, not sure if I'm here for that conversation. Why'd they do that? Hopper and Joyce get their happy ending. Lucas and Max get their happy ending. Why couldn't Vicky and Robin get their happy ending? Why couldn't Will and Mike get their happy ending? Will, quote unquote, did get his happy ending, but that's not what he wanted. That is not. No. No. Played in my face with that one. Well, I guess that's not what he didn't want. That is what he wanted, just the wrong person. There you go. Just the wrong person. But, like, you see the pattern? Why'd they just completely forget about Vicky? Why didn't they just, like, straight up say, oh, yeah, Robin and Vicky broke up? Instead of just having Vicky do that quote and us having to be like, so did they? Or didn't they? Bro. Also, shout out to Steve, still finding no one, even though being the biggest catch of all. Still finding no one and going through girls like nothing. Him still having his dream, though. Good for you. Dog, I got no cups. I need cups. What else? Nancy quit school. Crazy, right? They were making it to be like that was her whole thing. They was like, no, let's have her go to this, huge college and then be like, actually, I'm tired of school, guys. Sorry? What? I mean, I guess though, whatever. She got something else better going on, so I guess it worked out. She's working at the Herald writing again, but she's just a trainee, so who knows if that's actually gonna work out for her. We know what happened the first time. Yo, we know what happened the first time. She literally got her and Jonathan fired from their daily newspaper. Surely should do better this time.
Activated.
You just gotta believe. Surely. Dude. Every time I think about Purple Rain. Every time I think about Purple Rain, it's forever tarnished. If only the acting, like, no, well, I don't know. If only the script and the acting, like, matched for that scene, maybe it could have been really good. It didn't work for me. Did not work for me. Also, I love how they kind of ignored the whole traitor thing. They were like, there's going to be a traitor. Who's the traitor? I, no one. Everyone thought it was Callie because that was the obvious one, but they were thinking like, oh, she's not going to be the only traitor. Who was the traitor? And then some people were saying, oh, it was Vecna because Will asked him to like join them and be good. And then he didn't. So he's a traitor. What? He was always the villain. How does that count as a traitor? It's not like he turned good for 5 seconds. He didn't. They just revealed that he was the victim. I'm so glad that they finally did that. It was never his fault, but at the end of the day, even before he had that evil stuff in him, even before the mind flayer controlled him, he still killed that guy. He still did that. So, there was always something off with Henry, apparently. I was really kind of hoping that Vecna would be like, you know what? Yeah, you're right. I'll fight. But he was like, nah, actually, nah. They've shown me everything. This is the best way. It's very funny. No, it's not funny. What? I just be saying it's funny to cope with it, bro. It's not funny. It's still crazy to me that Mike did not end up with a good ending. Other than the fact that he got to achieve his writer thing, but he's forever lonely. That's actually insane to me. Like on his desk, there's a picture of 11 on the right side of his desk, and then on the left, there's the picture that Will made for him, and I'm just like, oh, you did it again. Twisting the knife in the wound. Did it all over again. But also, I want to point out that when they were all putting their D&D binders up on the wall, on the shelf. Hold on, this punk's getting upset. When they were putting their binders up on the shelf, so it was Max first, then it was Lucas, then it was Dustin, and then it was Will, and then Mike goes up to there, and he's just staring at a specific binder. He's staring at Will's. I just want to point that out. Staring at Will's. If you say he wasn't, I'm like, okay. Whatever. They wanted to twist the knife just one more time. Yeah.
Burger bot activated.
But he stared at it, he teared up, and then he cried just like the rest of them did. As expected, of course. And then he puts his binder up, and then he walks up the stairs, and then you can see like the next generation of like their D&D players being in that basement, and it's his sister and her friends, which was a good parallel to them at the beginning of the season. Also, the sprinkler that plays in season 1 episode 1 on their yard, dude, as soon as I saw that in the last episode, I was like, dude, now I gotta go back and watch it. But then now I think about the finale, I'm just like, actually, maybe I don't want to go back and watch it. Bronze Relax, achieve a bronze medal in all Relax stages. Let's go. I'm usually like really hyped to go and rewatch Stranger Things episode, especially when I've just watched them. But I really don't want to go and rewatch this one. It's bittersweet. It's like, oh, the show of 10 years, my favorite show of 10 years has ended. But we made it, you know? But then it's also just like, oh, well, the ending was half good, half bad. So, that's why. Just don't know. I'll probably rewatch it someday. Dang it. What else? What else? What else? Oh yeah, no, yeah. Expanding on that Mike Wheeler looking at Will's binder thing and then tearing up. Specifically Will's binder. I think that was that last moment of look at Mike Wheeler. He never had the courage to go and tell Will how he felt. I'll stay delusional until the end. I don't care. I'm still convinced that Byler was supposed to be Endgame. I'm convinced that it was originally in the books. But then last second, they were like, no. Actually, no. They hyped it up so much. They hyped it up so much, bro. I swear. But no, that really felt like Mike's last moment of, is he gonna do it? Is he not gonna do it? He did not do it, by the way. Just walked up them stairs. But like that's crazy. Mike Wheeler never had the courage to go and tell Will. And then he lived a lonely life because he never could tell Eleven either. Bad service. My butthole. I don't care. This is relax mode. I get to do what I want. Also, I love how they didn't bring in Patty Newby. They didn't bring in the counselor from the school.
Burger bot activated.
They didn't tie that in at all. The therapist from the school was definitely Patty Newby with a new name, new identity. Bob Newby's sister. They didn't bring that in at all. They didn't bring in Dr. Brenner's father. They didn't bring it in. They said that once you watch the finale, you'll have no more questions. That's what they said. Everyone's still got so many questions because there's plot holes. They didn't answer everything. They left out so much. What happened to Murray? What happened to Vicky? What happened to Erica? What happened to... What's his face? I need a salad bowl. What happened to, dude, they keep saying bad service. Bite? Bro. What happened to Lucas's parents? What happened to Dr. Brenner? What happened to Dr. Brenner's father, more importantly, because, we're convinced that Dr. Brenner's dead by this point. What happened to Dr. Owens? The most, like, one of the most important things that they should have addressed at the very least. What the heck happened to Dr. Owens? I gotta pause for this one, because last time we seen him was in season 4, where he's just handcuffed in their little lab, and the military found him. They just what? You're telling me they just left him handcuffed there to die? What happened to him? You didn't say it, so how are we gonna know? What happened to Susie? Dustin's girlfriend, by the way. Full on girlfriend that he would never stop talking about for like an entire season and a half. What happened to her? Where was not Bob's, I don't care about Bob. Where was Barb's body? It was said that Barb's body was supposed to be shown in season 5. Do you know that she has a Funko Pop? By the way, yes, Barb from season 1. Barb, that no one cares about, has a Funko Pop. Dude, I remember the quote of, why is Barb here? Bro, why is Barb here? Why does Barb even have a Funko Pop? Didn't they give her like a dead Barb Funko Pop too? They sure did. I'm looking at it right now. They gave her a like kind of sickly looking Barb, like an upside down type of thing. What? Like, wasn't it said that the actress said that her dead body shows up in season 5? That never happened, by the way. That's why I was saying, hey, keep Barb in mind. Keep Nancy in mind. Remember Barb? Yeah, apparently not. Who they didn't remember Barb either. Bro. I need to know if this was true or not then. Let me see. Why was Barb not in season 5? Okay, so it says that she says that in season 5 that they used her body, just doesn't know what for. Never even showed up, by the way. I thought that they were actually, dude, I thought that they were actually gonna show Nancy in the Upside Down going to find Barb's body to finally get closure on that, because the only time that she saw it was when Vecna showed it to her in her mind, which isn't real, by the way. It's just, it's just what he wants to show her at that time. That's not her actually being there, It's just in spirit, basically. But it's real crazy to me how they did all that and then didn't even show it. That's why I really think like they had this plan and then they cut it last second. They had this plan and then they just cut it. What is it? Okay, so the end credits were pretty cool. I'm back now. Give me your thoughts. Give me all the thoughts. They playing with us? That's just a theory. Oh, the whole 11 thing. So they said that they wanted to leave it up to the viewer's interpretation. Which, now reminder that they also said that by the end of the season, you have no more questions. Everyone has questions because they only answered like one thing. You know what that one thing was? How Vecna got his powers. That was it. That was it. That's all they answered. What? What? Also, at the end, a lot of people think that just because they showed the like Stranger Things role play game, that this was all just Mike's story. No. He basically took their real life experience, right, of going through all of that stuff with Vecna and all the upside down. That actually happened to them, right? And he just took it and he put it into like a story game, basically. So it did happen. He just also decided to write about it too, because why not? You know, he's a writer that they barely ever talk about. By the way, my complex character that I have fought over for 10 years on why you shouldn't hate him. My complex character just didn't get the writing he deserved. I'm sorry, Mike Wheeler. They failed you. They made you just seem like some lovesick boy in the end. Didn't he was supposed to be the leader, the heart, and they said, no, actually, no. Let's go make him not tell his girlfriend that he doesn't love her again. As if season 4 wasn't enough of that. As if that didn't show us that he didn't really love her like that. As a friend, as a best friend, yes. As a trauma bond friend, yeah. But as a girlfriend, no. He treated her so crap. What is it? I liked it mostly because, oh my god, I love the fleshy mind flare in season 3, as you know. Or if you remember, that's all I wanted to see. It looks really cool. Bro, the mind flare looks so cool. In its like true form. Now hear me out though. Why'd the fight last like 2 seconds? Why did no one even get hurt? Why did everyone make it out? The goriest death, by the way? Was that just Vecna getting his head chopped off? Because Billy's death was gorier. Chrissy's death was gorier. Have mercy. Playing in my face. You're glad no one died? I still think that Nancy and Jonathan should have died when they were in there having their unproposal scene. It really would have worked. It really would have worked. Also, them saying that there was going to be a traitor, by the way. Who's the traitor? I'm still looking. The traitor was the friends we made along the way. A lot of people want to say that it was Vecna because, like, Will asked him one last time to be good and to help them or whatever, and to fight the Mind Flayer because he was just a victim in the end. And then he's like, no. Actually, I don't want to do that. I was just like, oh, okay. Okay. They killed your character. Congrats. Yeah, that annoyed me. No way that was the gory death. Right, like, we've seen worse. Man, I could go watch episode 1 of Walking Dead right now and find something gorier. Playing in my face. A show that's older than it, by the way. And also Callie. Callie's character just, like, going to crap. We really thought that she was gonna have a bigger role to play. I love how we overhype. And then we get ourselves disappointed. But it's like the fact that, like, there was a lot of theories that people were writing were actually better than what actually happened. I'll die on that hill. Like, at this point, just plagiarize us. Just plagiarize us. If you see the community writing something better, not just take it. Take it. I don't care. Take it. I beg. Bro. The traitor was the Duffer Brothers. It's so funny, bro. It really true though. There was a lot of things that they were saying. A lot of things that they were saying. And then nothing. What? Top 10 biggest anime betrayals. Duffer Brothers in the cast saying one thing and then something else happening or nothing happening at all. It's so funny. I didn't really like how they made a small attempt to make people sympathize with Henry. But, I mean, wasn't this... I feel like this was here from the very beginning, that he was going to be a victim. You know? But if you see at the same time, when that guy shot him in the hand, he had no hesitation to go and smash his skull in. Okay? That's not something normal. So he was always going to be a monster in some way. Human, or, you know, human without powers, human with power. He was going to be something crazy. There was always something off about him. But, you know, I kind of liked that they did that, because it's a reminder that it wasn't completely his fault. But even after he realized, he still went with it anyway, because
Activated.
whatever. And there's still the question, why was he even there in the mines? He said he was, yeah, he said he was in the caves because he was like a Boy Scout, right? So, I don't know. He probably just liked exploring caves and stuff. Probably anything, honestly. He's probably just one of those kids that needed more supervision and just didn't get that supervision. So he just explored everywhere. Bro. But it really bothers me how they didn't even bring up the whole Max's school counselor, Patty Newby, aka. They didn't bring her up at all. They didn't even bring up Susie, Dustin's girlfriend that he talked about for an entire season. An entire season that he fought to convince that everyone she was real. And an entire season where at the end they hit us with that cringe never ending story. My god, bro. That was funny though. That scene is still funny. It's cringe, but it's so funny. Because like the world's ending and they're just singing. Bro. There is so much. Dude. Also, why did he die so fast? Talking about all my powers, they're stronger than ever, but yours are too. But you're still stronger than her. Oh. Bro, Dustin's grad speech was good. I loved his speech because it mirrored what Eddie was going to do perfectly. If you go and watch that scene where Eddie's first shown, that's exactly what he wanted. And it was a bit cringe in the end. Cringe. It's exactly what Eddie wanted. That's why. And, you know, sometimes Eddie's a little cringe, but we love him. We love him. In 30 years, I guess, in 40 years, one day, Mike Wheeler is gonna hear Good Luck Babe by Chappelle Roan and realize he messed up. I love that meme. I love that meme. He's gonna hear that song one day and realize he messed up. You don't understand the meme? Okay, here, let me have my small moment because I really need a win, and I have. They played in my face. Hyped it up with Byler just for it to not happen at all in any way possible. Not even a confession, not even a proper confession. So let me have my small moment. Don't tell me, oh, I told you so, because I'm not having it right now. I am not having it right now. Okay. So I swear to you that Byler was in the cards by the end of season 4. It was always in the cards. But I swear, they just chose like last second to be like, no. Because there were certain things like the best friend scene between Mike and Will. They were like, or Noah was like, yeah, I had to ask them to put this in here. They weren't even gonna get closure as friends. Like they weren't even gonna get that one-on-one scene. He was like, oh, well, I'm so glad we're friends or whatever. And Mike's like, friends? No. And then he pauses. And then he's with the best friends. Oh, I'll go die then. Okay. The Byler and me died. But you know, um, but by the end of the show at the end of the episode, Mike looks at Will's binder specifically. Go watch it. Promise you, I'm not crazy. He looks at that one specifically, and then he tears up and he starts crying because you know it's emotional. It's the end. That makes sense, you know. But I swear there's more to it. Why does he only look at Will's? And then you see his future, and it's Eleven's photo on his desk while he's typing up his story. And then on the left of him on the wall, it's Will's painting, by the way, that never got explained, even though they said it would. But and then if you go listen to "Good Luck Babe" by Chappelle Roan, you'll understand. You'll understand. Basically, I think it was Mike's last moment of him just like not being able to tell Will how he felt. Clean and cut. I'll stay delusional until the end. I could care less. I'll take a small win where I can get it. These big back burgers. I keep making the wrong soda. I made it twice. Wait, okay, the meme still won't make sense if you don't know Chappelle, I keep calling her Chappelle. Chapel Rowan's Good Luck Babe song. If you don't know the lyrics, you're not gonna get it. You might be cooked. 30 years, Mike Wheeler's gonna hear that song and realize he messed up. Cooked himself. Still can't believe he didn't get a happy ending. I guess that was their last claw at his complex character that they didn't feel like writing anymore. Ads, okay. Bad service my butthole, I could care less. Byler didn't happen. I could care less right now. I'm at peak disappointment, please. Please. Byler didn't happen and the boss fight lasted 5 seconds. I can't even. The boss looks so cool. I wanted to see more. Well, I guess that's what the rewatch button is for, huh? Are we out of ads? Do I need to explain Chappelle? Chappelle. Oh my god. Chappelle Rowan. It's just Chappelle sounds more fancier. In my mind, she's very fancy. Dude. Are we out of ads? Dude, why did the boss fight last like 5 seconds? Ads gone. Okay. Do we all agree that the boss fight lasted like 5 seconds? They built up this like super hard boss that it was probably gonna be a struggle to fight, and then they all had plot armor, and then they beat it in 5 seconds. Even Vecna too. He went down so quick. I guess it was short. Go and time it, I dare you. Dude. Because it was hyped up for years, you know? It still looks super cool though. But also, where's the Demogorgons? Where's the Demo Bats? Where's the Vines? Where's anything? I hated how the Mind Flayer died a little too fast. See, exactly. Like, you were hyped up to be this big, bad thing. And then it was just like, you died. It's like I coughed on you and you died. What? Bro. Okay, but with the Chappelle Rowan meme, ex Mike's Wheeler, um, do you know the Good Luck Babe song? Do I need to do I need you do not? Okay. I like the song. Surprise for me, right? Hold on. Should I play it? Just play it in the background. Vecna, sure, whatever, kill him whenever. But my, my mind flayer, I wanted to see more, bro. That's what I'm saying. They did all that work to make him look so cool, and they were like, "Here's 5 seconds of him." Speaking of songs, I was surprised to see Pixies. Really? I was not. Chad, do we need the lyrics up on the screen? Wait, let's put the lyrics up on the screen. I forget that I have Spotify lyrics. They used to have it locked under premium. Actually killing me. Yeah, I guess. Okay. Mike Wheeler looking at Will's binder before starting to tear up and cry, and then living a life of loneliness. Mike Wheeler, this song is for you. Thank you for never telling Will how you felt. I'll never forget it. Peak disappointment. He's gonna hear this in 30 years. Dude, I love it. Hold on. People need to make more memes like this so I can cope with this better. Which is why Spotify is no good. Yeah. Here's the line. Keyword stop the feeling. I hate it here. Make a new excuse, another stupid reason, aka Mike. BTS comeback on March 20th. Let's go. This is basically about being having like unrequited love when you're huh? Wait, so was this song ever in Stranger Things or people just using the song? We're using the song because it matches Mike Wheeler. Essentially, at the end it feels like he's still like has feelings for Will, but he will never say anything. And then at the end, it shows him like lonely by himself. And it's just like, oh, this is for those people who never said anything, you know? This is a queer song, by the way, just, to make it match better for Mike. Like, look, wait for it, wait for it, wait for it. And here for Mike, when you wake up next to her in the middle of the night with your head in your hands, you're nothing more than, I guess her husband and for Mike. When you think about Will all those years ago, you're standing face with, I told you so. I noticed, right? Like, why did he stare at it so long? Was that not weird? Like, specifically Will's and not all of theirs? I would have expected him to stare at all of theirs because, all their stories are ending down here in this basement. It was specifically Will's. They, Duffer Brothers, went to twist a knife, I'm telling you. And now I look like a clown. I look like a clown from the past 10 years. I look like a clown. Thanks for that, by the way. But yeah, I dedicate this song to Mike Wheeler. What is it? That's just how besties are for real, nothing more. Yeah, sure. Yeah, sure. Sure. I'm actually at peak disappointment. I'm actually at peak disappointment. Sure. They were only ever meant to be besties. Sure. Sure, 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 sure. Sure. Was it? Gosh darn it. I was just about to spam Vochi clown emoji, but it's locked behind a paywall. That's unfortunate. What did I get? Trophies, silver all around. Achieve a silver medal in all challenge and relaxed stages. Achieve a silver medal in all relaxed stages. Didn't they just say the same thing like twice? Bro. Okay, but also, can we talk about that cringe? I gotta pause for this again. I said this earlier, but you were watching the last moments of it. Can we talk about that cringe Mike and 11 scene? I'm not even trying to be a hater on Maleven because Maleven didn't happen either. Byler didn't happen, Maleven didn't happen, Stancy didn't happen, Jonathan and Nancy didn't. What do we call it? Jonathan and Nancy. Jancy? What scene? The Purple Rain scene. I can't listen to Purple Rain the same anymore. Can I show it? Can I show it? I know someone's clipped it. Context? Can I show it? We can show I think we can show small parts of it, but we're not allowed to show like, more than a certain amount of time. Yes? Okay, I want you to think about the entirety of season 5, right? Were Malevolent ever a thing? Every time that they went into contact with each other, they just hugged. Every single time. Yeah, no, bro. No. What is that? Get this off my screen. Oh, my bad. YouTube is asking for personalized ads. I don't want it. Sigh. Okay, what is it called? Oh, right. Wait. Stranger Things Purple Rain Season 5 Purple Rain scene. They have it? Is this someone talk? Can you just show the purple rain scene? Oh, you're showing me the. Okay, someone's recording it on their on their phone. Is hilarious. Why does no one just have the scene by itself? Like, just show. Okay, just show the scene. Yeah, we're gonna have to watch it from someone's phone. Sure, close enough. We always do. I need you to remain so kind to me. Ugh. This scene is full of crap. Sorry. Bro. The one thing people don't talk about enough is the chemistry between Henry and the Mind Flayer. Okay, bro. And you said Byler was crazy. Bro. Playing at my face with the. No way did you just say that. It's called abuse, bro. Bro. We always do. I need you to remain so kind to me. You're teaching me what it means to be a friend. I can't even hear it. It's so loud but quiet at the same time. I don't understand. I know. Sped up too. Better than anyone. You always. She was like, "You understand me better than anyone." Mike, what is wrong with you, Wheeler? Every time she does anything. Mike, I'll love you on your bad days and your good days, Wheeler. Clocks somebody in the head with a roller skate and immediately he's like, what is wrong with you? Why would you do that? Okay. Love her on her bad days, huh? Okay. If it wasn't for Evil 11 and the Evil Squad, they would have had a happy ending. What, bro? I hate it that they showed this. Like, shut up. Get this out of my face. My bad. Liar. Liar. All she was to him was like a superhero, because that's all he ever described her as. She just wanted to live a normal life, and he's always like, superhero this, superhero that. That's how I know this is bad writing right here. Because what? Right here. Oh, they skipped it. They skipped it. Look at how cringe that is. Ugh. They skipped it though. It was way worse. I want to find a better scene. There was no chemistry there at all. It was just like they just threw it in your face to throw it in your face. Bro, if I had Callie's powers, oh. Uh-huh. They skipped it. It's because of the Purple Rain copyright, bro. Hold on. I'm gonna find a better one. Recording this crap off your phone. Someone's gotta have it somewhere, bro. Someone's gotta have it somewhere. Was that it? Might have just skipped it. No, people are saying Mike and 11 endgame. No, they're not. You missed the whole point. They don't end up together. You know who has it? I know who has it. Hold on. I know where to get it from. Netflix always posts everything. What is it? And what was the song they used? Never used before. Was it the bomb song? The bomb song was by Prince as well. Pretty sure it's both the Prince songs, right? When Doves Cry by Prince was during the bomb, and then Purple Rain was Malevin's moment. Hold on, let me go and find it. Watch me get copyrighted. There's a guy reacting to it. Do you think he has it? Or did he skip it out too?
The opposite.
I feel like it was Prince's song. I don't recall hearing Prince songs in movies or shows, I'm gonna be honest. Let me skip there. Does he actually? Oh, he actually shows it. How do you? No, no, he doesn't. Yes, he does. No, he doesn't. Why does it just disappear? Oh, you butt cheek on a steak. My bad, my bad, my bad. Does he skip through it to avoid copyright? He constantly takes it off the screen just to avoid copyright. It's so funny how you can't even react to something on YouTube properly anymore. Bro. Just go on TikTok. Oh, you're right. We can just watch an edit. Chad, you wanna watch an edit? Bro. Hold on. What is it? Stranger Things, Purple Rain, Purple Rain season. Let me get this other one off my watch, bro. I don't want to see this pop up on my feed ever again. My God. Soundtrack. 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 Yeah, okay, so the two songs were Prince songs, by the way. This one? No, they skipped some of it. Okay, well, I think I'm just gonna deal with it. Ew, this is a Malevolent edit. Ugh. Ugh. Yuck. My bad. My bad. I'm a hater on 11 because they just don't work. They just don't work. But no one wants to hear that. Do you want to hear someone telling you all the time, what is wrong with you? Playing in my face. Playing in my face. Absolutely playing in my face. Okay, well, here. I don't know why the screen is so. Ooh, here, chat. Here, chat. No. Whatever. Oh, here. Pause it. Pause the Spotify.
I just well, my name's Mike. For Michael.
It's so loud.
Maybe for you. L. For 11.
I'm getting copyright for this, by the way. I said no. Should have been my own.
I love you. I love you for exactly who you are.
He's such a liar. He doesn't love her for exactly who she is. He didn't even say that back to her. It's so cringe. I don't know if it's bad script or bad acting. I can't watch it. I can't watch it, bro. I can't watch it. No, bad acting. But you agree though, like, isn't it a little bit like it feels like a comedy movie, kids? It doesn't feel like a serious moment. It's about to be all over. I think that's my complaint. It felt more like fitting for a comedy. Like a jokingly thing, not a serious moment. Ads can go pass away. Why did I even make a milkshake? Didn't even need that.
Burger bot activated.
locked in.
Burger bot.
Here, you got that burger bun. I'm not doing that. Our ads gone, chat. May the yap continue.
Burger bot activated.
Ads gone. Dr. Owens. Where is Dr. Owens? What happened to Dr. Owens? What happened to making all the things that showed up in the play show up in the show so that we understand everything? What happened to the whole you won't have any more questions once the finale is out? Yeah, nothing was really answered for me. I don't know, man. Now, I'm hoping they add the play to Netflix so that I can stop complaining about it not being on Netflix. They have the behind the scenes for the play on Netflix, but not the play itself. Playing in my face. Actually playing in my face with that one. If they do add it, they won't add it for another year. Yeah, probably because they're focused on their little like spin-off that they have on Netflix right now, by the way. The animated Stranger Things. Tales from 85 or something. It takes place between seasons 2 and 3 of Stranger Things. Oh, that too, I guess. Yeah. And then apparently they have other spin-offs that they're working on too, after for years saying that they weren't going to do spin-offs. Every time that I recall something that they've said and then I remember what I watched in season 5, I'm just like, I'm not gonna watch any more interviews. I'm not gonna watch anymore. When they bring out this spinoff, I'm just gonna go in blind so that I won't feel like I'm being played with at the end, you know? I won't feel like someone just lied in my face. But not while the season 5 hype is still there. Yo, no, they need something right now because season 5 is split in two for people. For me, it's split in two. It's like, yeah, that was the best ending because they got a happy ending and we came full circle. But it was bad because it felt mediocre. There's so much missing. There's so many plot holes. There's so many character whose ending we didn't even get. And also, I'm upset. I'm upset. Have you ever watched Dark? No. I think I was thinking profits wise. Mm, Dark on Netflix. I was actually watching the trailer for this the other day and I was thinking about watching it. Should I? Yes. Okay. I will take your advice. You won. Congrats.
Burger bot activated.
What is it? I might rewatch it because I totally forgot everything, but it's still really cool. Okay. I'll take your advice. Dang it. Oh, wait. No, this works. Okay, hold on, chat. I'll be right back. Let me go get some water. I got like a sore throat for like a week, bro. I'm cooked. There's like this mystery sickness going around. I'll be right back, chat. Oh my god, I come back and Master of Puppets is still playing, bro. I thought it would be over by the time I got back. Although, I like how my music theory just like got lost in the dust with Stranger Things. They kept putting all of the like characters' favorite songs in our faces just for it to like not really matter other than the bomb scene, the Mike choosing whatever the Prince song. Mike Wheeler has good taste in music. Not good taste in making decisions though. Um anyways, stuff with time is involved. I mean, it's like a main thing that is happening. I don't remember if it had a slow start or went all the way. I see.
Burger bot
Honestly, I think
activated.
they all should have gotten powers and then they would all use their powers to rip apart the mind flayer. Sign me up to be a director. Heck yeah. No. I do wish that they would have played more on the whole idea of Mike being the heart and being like the leader, the dungeon master and all, and being like very important. But in that fight, they felt like it felt like they pushed him to the back all over again. It's like it felt like somebody different wrote volume 1 versus volume 2. Because in volume 1, he was very much adding up to his role. And Byler. I can't say anything without adding Byler. I'm actually heartbroken, please. But no, like he was actually like matching his character of who he was supposed to
Burger
be
bot
and what his role
activated.
was. But then in volume 2, it was just like, oh, let's push him to the back again. I wonder. Chad, do you think different people wrote volume 1 and volume 2? Because it really did feel like it. I want to search this up, perchance. I want to search this up because maybe that's the issue. Stranger Things season 5. Who wrote volume 1? Give me an actual answer. Where can I see this answer at? I need another season for Stranger Things. Not everything was answered. I need another season. Give me another season. Volume 1. Volume 1. Volume 1. Are you not going to tell me who wrote volume 1? How is this like not easy to find? Um mm, 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 mm. Oh my god. Who wrote volume 1 of Stranger Things season 5? Help us the names of the writers of each episode. Well, that's not right. Oh no, it is right. Oh, interesting. Huh. What is it? We need a spin-off where they were oh. I need look, for me to have closure on this show, for me to have closure on Byler, for me to stop talking about it, I need to know, did they have Byler in the cards at one point? Even if it was only for a moment, did they have Byler in the cards? I need to know that I wasn't crazy. I just need that one thing answered. I don't need people in my face being, oh, I told you so. I don't need it. I genuinely don't need it. I'm going to crash out. Oh, look at me being so creative and stuff. I need someone to ask them that in an interview. Now that it's over, now that they can say everything, now that they can talk freely, I need to know. I need to know what was in the cards and what wasn't. I want to know if they thought about making Vecna a good guy in the end. I need to know all these things. Okay, I think I found it, but like this was like 8 months ago, so it's just like, and it's also on Reddit, so who knows? I don't know where they got this from, bro. So it says episode 1 of season 5, written and directed by the Duffer Brothers. Episode 2 of season 5, written and directed by the Duffer Brothers. Episode 3 of season 5, written by Caitlin Schneiderhan. Episode 4 of season 5, written by Paul Deitch or whatever, I don't know. Episode 5, written by Curtis Gwynn. Episode 6, written by Kate Trefay? Question mark. Episode 7, written by the Duffer Brothers. Okay, doesn't say directed by though. Interesting. Right. Episode 8, written by the Duffer Brothers. I mean, so technically, yes. Technically, yes. Interesting. I was looking at the ratings for each episode, and 7 is solo. Yeah, so I was talking about this last time. Episode 7 is rated the lowest, and it's being compared next to the Lost Sisters episode from season 2. Episode 7, get it? It's the 7 again. And I'll die on this hill. I think it's because of homophobia. I'll die on this hill. And I've seen so many comments. So many comments of people being like, this didn't need to be in the show. This is not what Stranger Things is about. I want you to wake up and smell the stink. Will was always gay. Before they even casted Noah Snap as Will. Before they even casted anyone. Will character diagnosis when they were pitching it to people so that someone could pick it up and they could actually make the show, Will was gay. It was stated. It was stated. I'm just saying. People saying, "Oh, Will Byers being gay came out of nowhere." We didn't watch the same show. Clearly, media literacy doesn't exist to you. I'll die on this hill. It was literally stated that before they even started casting, it was in the script. I've seen so much hate come out of that episode, bro. And it bothers me deeply, bro. Could it have been written better? Yeah, of course. Even Noah Snap said it. He said the and me part, he said he wasn't sure if that was gonna work. I agree. It didn't work. But I felt like everything else in that scene was fine other than everyone being there. Probably watching the show just to watch? Yeah, I totally agree. A lot of these people were just watching the show just to watch and they could care less about what the actual plot was. But that was a part of the plot. He's one of the main characters that... Like, how do you just dismiss something like that? It was literally hinted... Okay, if you don't want to believe that, oh, it was in the script before they casted, even though that's confirmed. Episode 1, Hopper's talking to Joyce in his office, and Joyce says that he was called something we can't say, right? He was called something, Will was called something, and that his father treated him like a certain way because everyone thought he was that. And you know what Hopper says? Is he? It was in literally the first few. Oh, here we go. And they still want to say, no, this came out of nowhere. What? Like, open your eyes. Actually insane to me. The type of people who pull out their phone while watching it are making these comments. Literally. Are you even actually paying attention? Dude. Film literacy, media literacy, whatever you want to call it, it doesn't exist for certain people. And it's a lot of comments that I'm seeing of this. And I really thought that everyone at least knew by season 4. Because it's very obvious by season 4 because they did that on purpose. They were finally like, okay, we're going to build up to this now, okay? We're not going to make it so subtle anymore. And you'd think that they would have saw it then. What do you think? It's really funny to me. What do you think Will was talking about in the van with Mike? What do you think Jonathan was tearing up about? Oh, yo, my brother's giving this cool speech? What? What do you think he was talking about? What do you think he was saying to Mike? What do you think he was crying about? It's so crazy to me. Yeah, the review's getting review bombed. Yeah, there's so much hate on it. I do agree it could have been written better. Of course. The whole season could have. Volume 1 was amazing, but Volume 2 and the finale could have definitely been written better. But still, I feel like a lot of it is homophobia. But no one's ready for that conversation yet. Clearly, no one was ready for the show yet either. No one was ready for what it was actually about. But that's so insane to me. To still see comments like that. Like, I get if you're a little bit behind and, like, you've got other things going on, you know? Life is life. But to be ignorant about it is beyond insane. Dude, I see so many, like, backhanded comments saying that, like, this wasn't needed. Like, they're literally about to go, like, save the world from ending. Why is he doing this right now? I'm just like, he literally told you. It's literally said why Will decided to come out in that moment. He literally led with that. He was like, Vecna showed me this, and I know if I don't say it, Vecna's gonna use it against me, and it's gonna get all of us killed. Okay? He literally started with that, and people are still missing it. This is why I encourage to go and rewatch Stranger Things episodes. I will die on this hill. So, I want to know, are there reviews about Will on there? Like the official reviews? I felt like the actual scene was fine itself, other than the and me. It just didn't work. It just didn't work. Could have done a little bit better with that one. Kind of felt like a play in a drama. But I still like the episode. I don't know, maybe that's just me being me, but you know. I think the hate is forced on a lot of Stranger Things stuff, just because, like, one person will see someone hating on something, and then the rest will be like, yeah, they'll jump on the hype train. And I literally encourage people all the time, like, just because I said this doesn't mean that you aren't gonna like it, okay? I had a certain expectation, you have a certain expectation. Go find your own opinion and stop following.
Burger bot activated.
But you know, whatever. Let's be dense. Dude. I still can't get the purple rain scene out of my head. I need to be cleansed. My mind needs to be cleansed. I want that out. I want that out, bro. Did you like season 5 in general? There were some bad moments, but I felt like it was pretty good, or maybe I need to rewatch season 5. I've rewatched season 5 3 times. I've rewatched it 3 times. That's why I've actually decided to talk about this season. And that's also saying that I've rewatched the whole show in all like 7 times. Bro, I've dissected it. Personally, Volume 1, it started off going really fast, right? Because first they started off as, oh, here's an 18-month time gap, and we're not going to tell you anything that happened. I expected it to be said later on, you know, or to be shown, like something. Give me a glimpse, dang. I'm nosy, I want to know what happened. But they was like, no, That bothered me.
Burger bot
But other than that part for volume 1, I really loved it. And episode 4 with Will's powers is still one of the best things I have ever seen. But the film reel, it was perfect. Perfect. And then panning to Mike and it'd be like that was Will's moment, you know? That was Will coming full circle and be like, hey, remember, we started the show with this character. Will, not 11, by the way. And I was waiting for them. I was waiting for them to bring him back around. Because I'm like, he's such a good actor, I swear to you. But anyway, so yeah, I liked Volume 1 of Season 5. Volume 2. I liked Volume 2. Actually, you know, like when you go and rewatch it, there, you know, I will nitpick at certain things, but it's just, you know, that's what we're doing here. That's the whole point. Not everything's gonna be perfect. But what I will constantly nitpick at is the finale. I will describe it as the best and the worst thing we could have gotten. The best ending, because they all got their happy endings, minus, I guess, Mike. Sorry, Mike. They failed you. They failed you. But I guess not everyone's gonna get a happy ending. Dude. Poor Mike. Not only was he written off as a straight character and closeted, he never even got the girl. Poor Mike. I'll die in this hill. I think that season 4 was better than season 5, though. Hear me out. Hear me out. Nothing's gonna beat that. It was just perfect. Nothing's gonna beat that. Chat thoughts? Season 4 was better than season 5. Everything just came together perfectly. The characters, the acting, the moments, the script, everything tied together. Also, can we just talk about the actor for Vecna in both seasons has always given us something to eat up. Oh my god. He is so good. He is so good. He deserves an award. Can we just talk about that? What is his name? Is it Jamie Campbell? Jamie Campbell? Yes? Yeah, Jamie Campbell Bower. He ate up. What is it? Season 4 was so good. Also, just want to double check the planet that Henry was on. There was the Demogorgon and bats. They all, yeah, that's where they originated. And if you see Steve and Dustin, they're poking that crap under the mind flare in its original form. Those were the bat eggs, because you can hear the bat sound from, if you remember, from when Eddie was dying. You can hear the bat sound, and I'm just like, why didn't they let some of the bats come out? It's just like, it felt like that meme. Are you ready to eat? Are you ready? Ready for nothing. Queen, you're absolutely giving nothing. You're giving us nothing. That's what I felt like. Bro, season 4 was so good. Personally, I think I like season 3 the best. That's actually crazy to hear. Chat, can we agree that season 1 was the best season of all? Dude. Season 1 was him for real.
Burger bot activated.
Yeah, if we can't agree on this, I'm gonna throw a fit. Not jokes. But I swear season 1 is like the best season. I keep hearing a lot of people saying that they miss how like it was in season 1, like how simple everything was. I just want to remind them season 2, 3, 4, and 5 were not written. So Like, especially with the whole upside down walls thing, the walls and the upside down, a lot of people have been like, why haven't they seen this before? You've been to the upside down this many times and you've never seen this wall. None of us have ever seen this wall. Reminder, wasn't written. It wasn't written yet. Bro. When your script gets rejected so many times, you know, I don't think you're concerned with writing another season until that one gets picked up. Because I'm pretty sure that when they were first pitching Stranger Things, it kept getting rejected by a lot of places. So I promise you, they were not concerned with having another season. I think they just wanted to get this one. They just want to get this one right first. And now, if that's misinformation, then hey, tough luck. But I'm pretty sure that that's what happened. That's what I've seen. Dang it, bro. In 20 years, someone's gonna ask me about Byler. In 20 years, someone's gonna ask me about Byler. And I'm just gonna sigh. Now, watching Stranger Things kind of feels like a boulder, though, because I sat here and defended this for 10 years. I said, Byler's real. Please, I promise you, Byler's real. You gotta believe me. I say, as they're dragging me into the psych ward, you gotta believe me. Promise you, Byler was real, and they just couldn't do it. They were cowards. Promise you, Byler was real. They just couldn't do it. But, you know, someone's gonna ask me. Oh, dude. I can't watch Stranger Things without feeling like a boulder's on my shoulder now with that. Like, I'm gonna go back and see all the Will and Mike scenes and be like, all this build up. For what? Just for you to play in my face and be like, that was never a thing. There was nothing ever there. I love that meme where it's like, were they lovers? And then the person's like, worse. They never even had a chance. Dude, they never even got together. Because that's what it reminds me of. Also, I know it's not realistic, but how did they make it to the portal and not fall down? That was at least 5 feet different. You're so right. Not just height and lengthwise, but they also had to reach further into the planet to grab something to actually be able to push themselves without falling off. There's so many plot holes. I really hate that they kept saying, oh, after you watch this, you're not gonna have any more questions. Because that was the biggest lie of all. Like, if you want to ignore my Byler obsession and how that felt like the biggest lie of all, that, them saying there was no more questions, that was the biggest lie of all. Because we don't get to see this thing. Also, with 11 being like, oh, she can jump up to those platforms. Why didn't they show that? Because that would have been like them showing how far her powers have gotten. Because she only did that once, but that wasn't even that far of a jump, you know? They could have easily showed 11 like jumping to those things, but they chose not to. Oh my god, I forgot about the scenes. Like, so they just choose to instead just teleport her to the next scene. Like, what? It's the same with Hopper just like finding a hearse in the upside down or whatever. Or no. Stealing a hearse when he gets out of the upside down from the church. Why didn't we see that? Bro. Like, he just strolls up with a hearse and Mike is like, Joyce? Did someone call the funeral home? We never got that. Dude. I'm gonna die. We never got an explanation for why Mike, Mrs. Byers Wheeler, suddenly called her Joyce. We never got an explanation for that. As soon as I heard that during my first watch, I was like, he's never said this before. Why did he call her that? And it was weird to me. And then we started getting the theories of, oh, Vecna's messing with their minds, you know, like he's messing with their memories. But we never got an explanation for that. The same with Steve in Volume 1 turning the dial and it being gray. Volume 2, Robin turning the dial and it being red. And Will, before his coming out scene, he had this puffy jacket on, right? Because it was really cold. But he likes it cold, right? He took off the puffy jacket and then he's left in his colors that aren't his character's colors. It's confirmed that they purposely put like Will and Mike in blue and yellow clothing. There it is again, by the way. There it is again, playing in my face. But anyways, so he's wearing brown. When does Will Blue and Yellow Buyers wear brown? And who was wearing brown? Vecna. Why was none of that ever addressed? Why didn't he just come out and be like, I'm messing with your memories? Like what? And then hold on. No, because I yeah, he was wearing complete brown. And it's so weird to me. Because immediately I was like, wait, where did his jacket go? And second, his colors are off. I always pay attention to their clothing colors because, you know, I'm a Byler delusional. So I always pay attention. Bro. And I was like, this is weird. This doesn't look right. They could have def added that. There was an 18-hour time skip between volume 1 and 2, so obviously they did some background stuff. Duh. Obviously not battering the Duffer Brothers. No way. And there was something else I wanted to mention. Anyhow, 2 18-month time skips is weirdly similar. That's what I noticed too. I was like, why did we have a second 18-month time skip? Like specifically 18 months. And also the fact that they keep calling it 2 years. It's not 2 years yet, but all the characters keep saying that. I know they're probably just rounding up because, like, you know, close enough. But they always specify 2 years to make it 3 years between season 4 and 5. I don't know, man. It's only 18 months, though. Ads, bruh. What was I gonna say? I was gonna say something, but still, it's kind of weird, right? I get to take this time to chill. Now that ads are running, I get to take this time to chill. Dang it, I put mustard on an accident. I swear I meant for it to be something else.
Burger bot activated.
Okay, I'll read. Let me know when ads are out. I'll read that when ads are out so I don't have to repeat it. Ads gone? Okay. I was gonna say something. Let me think. Hold on. I keep thinking about these stupid burgers in the game. Let me think. I was gonna say something. Birthday gate. Birthday gate. Oh my god, birthday gate. Why did they never address birthday gate either? Joyce in season 2 made it a thing that Will's birthday was March 22nd, right? That was correct. His birthday is actually March 22nd, right? And then in season 4, we see when Eleven's getting bullied by Angela and her friends that on the tape, it's March 22nd. They all forgot his birthday. And if you rewind back to this earlier seasons, you see on his like art wall and all that he has forgot birthday cards on there. And then you go forward again, Joyce at the barn in season 5 during volume 1 was like, what kind of mother doesn't even notice that her 11-year-old boy is missing for 8 hours? And He was actually 12 when he went missing, right? Why was that never addressed? That's important. They all forgot his birthday, not even just one character, all of them. They forgot his age, his birthday. And then during his coming out scene, why did they not address why he said that they went to Melville's or whatever for malted milkshakes when Melville's was a general store, not a milkshake store anymore? Why did they say that he liked getting lost in the woods when he didn't like getting lost in the woods? That was traumatic for him. These were things that Henry liked doing because he was a Boy Scout. He liked to go out to the woods. And then during his time, going to milkshakes was the thing. Why did they not say that? Talking about all your questions will be answered. No, it wasn't. That's my biggest complaint. No, it wasn't. And this is the end. The end. Yes, we're getting spin-offs, but with completely different characters. Oh my god. Maybe 18 means that in 18 months they will release the trailer for season 6. Imagine. I wish. They destroyed all the sets already. Hawkins' lab is unstable. Someone passed away there. It's so unstable. They're not going back. And it turns out that they were all being Vecna, and one of the characters will notice because something is off, and then they will finally escape, and we'll get the season 5 we wanted. And I felt like their only touch on this whole like Vecna's curse thing was when Hopper was tweaking out about the 1966 herbicide gas thing, or canisters or whatever, right? Because he had mentioned to Enzo that when he was during the war, when he was a soldier, he had been messing with all these chemicals, and that's why he thinks that his daughter died for cancer and all that stuff, right? And that was Vecna getting into his mind, right? But that was the only time we actually saw Vecna physically there in his mind, like it being obvious that he was toying with him. Why didn't we see that for everything else? Oh my god. I'm actually so mad. That's definitely what's happening. I'm so smart. It's going. Yeah. Like, I knew they weren't going to have enough time to finish revealing everything this season. I knew it. Everyone knew it. Bro. But they were like, no, we got it. No. There's so much missing. So much. I'm slightly upset. I was so shocked when I saw that scene. I thought Hopper was going to die. No, literally. I was like, oh, interesting. I don't know why I never chose Hopper to be the one that would be affected by Vecna's curse, because he always keeps everything in and then he has a breakdown like randomly throughout the season. Like he always does. Still think it should have been Mike and Dustin. Still think that it should actively be Mike, by the way. Still actively think that because he still hides everything. But whatever. And that was evident with the scene he had with Hopper when he was sitting outside of the area where he last saw Elle. But that's evident because his mom called and it was like she called the buyers home. She was like, Mike is missing. Coming full circle, by the way, with Will when he went missing. Killing me with these Byler crumbs. Killing me. Absolutely killing me. I'm not letting this go. I'm never letting this go. I just can't. I feel robbed. I actually feel robbed. Also, I really still can't believe that they didn't give any of the queer characters a win. Vicky and Robin basically broke up without them saying they actually broke up. She just said like overbearing partners, and we just assume that they probably broke up. Mike and Will didn't get anything. I mean, well, Will got his quote-unquote epilogue boyfriend. But we didn't get to see like that develop. We didn't get to see it develop. Man. Bro. Also, there's a lot of people saying that the epilogue boyfriend looks like Mike and he even dresses like Mike and that his jacket is very similar. I'm just like, oh, oh, thanks for that. Thanks. You didn't have to say that, but you did. And you're right. Dude, I'll never let this down. BurgerBot, you got that. I don't like it. Oh my god, wait, Bored, do you watch, what is it? Dairy? The It thing. What the heck is it? What the heck is it called? I don't even know. I don't even know what it's called. Dairy? Oh yeah, haven't finished Dairy. I haven't watched it, but I've been told it's really good. Do you think so too? I'm gonna watch it. Like, is it worth it? That was next up for me after finishing Stranger Things. Because I know Finn Wolfhard was in the It series and Dairy connects to It. And apparently it's rumored that he has something to do with the new It chapter that's gonna come out eventually. Or the I wouldn't say chapter, but they said something about what the heck did they say? I don't know, he you know, he has something to do with it. He has something. And I'm really excited for that because he's one of my favorite actors. Dude, I want to see what Noah Snap gets into. Like, now that his main thing is over, like, what's he gonna get into? I need to see him in a romance. Bro really had me convinced that Byler was endgame. I need to see him in a romance. He's really good. I need to see him in more horror stuff. He does that, like, scared look very well. What is it? Will was at the bar. Yes, so Will was in a gay bar and then he's like sitting there waiting and then his quote unquote epilogue boyfriend shows up. Which I feel like that wasn't meaningful enough for him. I'm glad that he finally has like the courage to go out and be himself. But I felt like he could have had way more. He needed something more meaningful. Especially with him being in love with his best friend Mike Wheeler. You just don't get over that. You don't. And I think that's why that's why people are saying that his epilogue boyfriend looks a lot like Mike and dresses a lot like him too. I'm just like, yeah, you don't get over that. Of course. I don't know, it kind of fell off when I saw that. My issue is they didn't do anything with his art. Will's whole thing throughout the show is that he's been really good at art and being imaginative. But they could have done both. They could have shown him being really happy and being out and shown his like art. He could have been, hear me out. We could have connected um we could have connected Mike and Will's like best friend relationship, right? Cuz like they were inseparable. And then now they're actually like separated in their like futures, which is kind of realistic, yeah, you know, like once you graduate, your best friend may not still be your best friend, but also you got to go live life. And you're just not going to have time. But my god, bro, people are still popping fireworks. Give it a rest. Give it a rest. It was like 10 in the morning and people were popping fireworks. You're not even seeing it. Anyways, we could have connected. So you know how Mike's dream was to be a writer and then they showed that he achieved that. Why didn't they show Will achieving his whole art thing? Why didn't they show his art thing? Will could have been Mike's artist. You see what I'm saying? They could have tied that together really well. That's what I always thought was gonna happen. But they touch on his whole thing about writing. Like, I don't think it's even touched in the show that he's really passionate about writing. I think it's touched in something on the side, like a book or some one of their like small things that you have to go buy. I'm not sure. Don't quote me on that, but I know he was like wanting to be a writer. Dude, like am I not cooking? They could have done that. They could have done that. Also, I got gold. Mike could have been the writer and Will could have been his best friend artist. And then, it would continue their whole thing of being best friends since that's what the Duffer brothers wanted to do. Let's write off some Mike's whole thing. Let's just write him off. But, like they could have done that. Because I was kind of sad that majority of them were separated. Like, okay, Lucas and Max, yeah, they were shown that even after the graduation and all that, they're still gonna be together, of course. But and then, Dustin's by himself though. What the heck happened to Susie, by the way? Dustin's by himself, and then Mike is lonely and by himself, and Will is basically finding himself a second Mike, is what a lot of people would think. But, you know, so much could have been done. They could have kept them together. Definitely could have kept them together. Okay, what is this? The ending for episode 1 was shocking. Don't spoil it. Or was it 2? Anyways, it's really good so far. Okay, it was episode 1. If you like it after that, I think it's worth watching. Okay. And so far, they are showing the racism really good. Like, it's horrifyingly irritating, but that's how racists are. Yep. Nuh-uh, talk to your besties after grad. If you don't, you ain't besties for all. Well, yeah, exactly. But, life is life. The movie that Jonathan was making, is it a real thing? I searched it up, but barely found anything. I'm confused. Oh, like if they're making something like that, or the actor is acting in something like that? No, I don't think so. Shout out to Nancy quitting school. Bro, I don't think so. But like, do you see how like Steve, Jonathan, Nancy, and Robin are making it a thing to meet up at every once a month at Robin's uncle's house or whatever because they all miss each other? I feel like that wasn't the same for the core party. Lucas, Max, Mike, and Will, and Dustin. Almost forgot Dustin. I always count 4 when I do their names because it started as 4 before it became 6. But yeah, like it feels like they're not gonna be together. Did not cook on that part. Gold all around. Achieve a gold medal in all challenge and relax stages. Gold relax. Achieve a gold medal in all relax stages. Spaceship relax gold. Achieve a gold medal in the spaceship relax mode. I don't know what I just read, but okay. I can hit this now. Oh, chat, I've been trying to finish watching Maze Runner because Netflix is actually taking it off Netflix. Do you believe that? First it was Call Me By Your Name, then it was Supernatural, now it's all of the Maze Runner movies. I'm gonna be sick, bro. Like, I'm actually about to cancel it. I only got it back because of Stranger Things, and I feel bittersweet about that. But, chat, relax mode is done. I got all gold. Challenge mode is done. I got all gold. Now let's go get some perfects in story mode. I forgot what it was called. It's my bad there. This one I gotta be locked in. I messed up the burger. I messed up the burger again. I'm not. Yo, I'm not locked in. Bro, please.
activated.
I haven't seen a single person say that. I just realized I feel like I created something original, chat. I created an original theory. Why is Mike and Will not working together? Why is Will not doing the artist work for Mike's writing? Bro, why was that not said? Why? Why they do that? I actually would have been happy with that at least since Byler didn't happen. I would have been very happy with that. Ads? Bro. I'll read that in a second then.
Burger bot.
Perfect. Chef. Ads gone. Okay, let me read what you said. Well, OG gang just graduated, so they still have to figure stuff out, and the other four have been graduated for a while, so now I'm sure it's easier. They have higher desire to meet each other because they truly miss each other, and that's just my take. That's true. I still like my theory though. I still like my theory better of what should have happened. Dang, Chad, it's really over. It's 10 years. 10 years of Stranger Things and it's over. I say over as if they're not working on spin-offs, but it's not with the OG character, so it's just like, why would I even count it, you know? It's not the same.
Burger bot activated.
Perfect. Okay, that's 2 perfects. Can I get like 3 more before I leave or what? I don't know. Let me try this one. Oh, this one gonna be hard. Let me try this one. About to rage quit. I messed up, I messed up, I messed up.
Burger bot activated.
You know, I think I've done Relax mode so much that it's just not that hard anymore. Now watch me get to the spaceship level and try to perfect those. I'm cooked.
Burger bot activated.
Dang, bro. Oh my god, I messed it up.
Burger bot
Perfect.
activated.
Oh, I still have all my Stranger Things books to read, but it really feels like a boulder on my shoulder. What do they call it? It's like that post, you know what post concert depression chat? Post show depression. What is it? If you give them the wrong item, does it lower their level, their patience level? It actually won't let me give them the wrong item. It makes this cowbell sound, watch. Every time I press it, it makes that sound. Chat, doesn't the last Scream come out this year? I can't believe it. It's another ending. The last Scream comes out this year. No, you never watched Scream? I think you told me this. You missed out. Scream 7 release date, February 27th, 2026. No. It's got Matthew Leonard in it as Stu. I'm so excited. I am so excited. Also, shout out to McKenna Grace for somehow having the energy to be in every movie and TV show ever. How was she doing it? I heard there was a new Saw coming out. Is true. I want to watch it. There's a new Saw? Oh, speculation. Speculation right now.
Burger
Which means
bot
it's probably true.
activated.
Burgerbot. Oh my god. No, 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 no. I gave it. Oh my god. I gotta restart. Actually, should I quit, chat? Bro, should I quit? How many more perfects I gotta get? Oh, a lot. Dang, bro. That's a whole stream in itself. Look at this crap. I don't know what they might make the movie about, though. Only things I can think about is more backstory. I'm not even caught up with the Saw movies, to be honest. Dang, he angry. Look at. No, I'm about to quit this level. What do you mean he still ain't got his bev? I thought he got his bev hours ago.
Burger bot activated.
I'm locked in. One moment. I can't believe Henry went down so easily. Every time I hear this song now, I think about it. Dream a little dream of me. Dude, I love how every song I've ever loved is just like it's Stranger Things, Stranger Things. Dude. Purple Rain. Purple Rain. Heroes. I cannot believe he went down that easily. Can't believe the Mind Flayer went down that easily. I will never get over that. Cause I remember looking at it, I was watching it, and then they killed the boss. I'm like, that's not it. He's about to have a second phase. That is not it. He's gonna have a second phase. And I look at the timestamp, and it's like we're only an hour through the episode. And I'm like, yeah, he's having a second phase. That's not it. Something's gonna go wrong here. Someone's gonna die. And they were like, nope, that's it, guys. I'm like, what? What? Embellishment for the villains. If I was a villain, I'd be embarrassed. Cause how you go down that easily? No, what you mean good service? I quit. Dang it. How many more trophies I got? 2, 3. Oh gosh, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33. I got 33 more challenges. Dang. When Max first heard Vicky disappeared and she wasn't paralyzed anymore, I thought Vecna got to her. I literally thought that. I totally forgot about the pen. No, me too. I was like, oh, dang, Vecna got her again. Which means he probably has everybody else again, too. Like, maybe he's mass Vecna cursing them. I was like, oh, that's so cool. I can't believe it. He's got him. We're about to see so much crap. Like, we're about to see all their biggest fears and everything. But no. No. It's real crazy to me. They should have done that. I say all these, they should have done that. Now, should I play one more match? I don't think I want to play another match. Yeah. Well, chat, I think I quit. Still can't believe they just forgot about Vicky in the epilogue. They made the entrance scene so intense with the play happening while they were waiting to go to the house. I kind of wanted to hear that scene in the theaters. Right? You know, that's the first Shadow play, the one they've been doing like as a live broad show play. That is the play that Joyce is directing, isn't it? Throughout season 5. So you might be able to see it. Swear it, isn't it? I don't know. I swear it is. But they just don't make it obvious that it. Oh my god, my bad. They just don't make it obvious that it is. Still love how. Do you remember Dr. Brenner saying that he wasn't much of an artist when he drew that dog and the kid was like a cow? Right? Because that did not look like a dog. And do you remember Dustin finding Dr. Brenner's notebook in his office or whatever? And the art was insane for it. Yeah. The art was insane for it. Don't you think that he didn't draw that? Don't you think that maybe that wasn't his notebook? Because just because Dustin said it doesn't mean that it's true. It could have been Brenner's father. I don't know. You never know. It could have been Henry's. He's been really good at. Dude, I always make this connection. I love this connection. Will was really good at drawing, and so is Henry. Reminder, I feel like it could have been Henry's notebook as well. But they never touched on it. They don't, dude, they just didn't. They just didn't. I have a headache. I have a headache. Oh my gosh. Those spin-offs that they have, one of those need to be a continuation to answer all these questions, bro. Okay, so Joyce was the one who was directing. Yeah, my first shadow play, but she wanted to push for another play or something like that. Eventually became the first shadow. I don't know. I don't even remember what the actual first play was called. I mean, I think to us it's called the first shadow play, but to them it's called something else. Right? Shout out to the Henry Creel and Patty Newby paralleling with Mike Wheeler and Will Byers, and then it coming up to nothing. Dark of the Noon musical. I mean, that's pretty similar, no? Like, I feel like maybe it's the same thing. Just, but they just really glossed over it, though. Bothers me. There's a lot of things that bother me. There's so many plot holes. I still, I still keep asking this question. What happened to Dr. Owens? Also, can we talk about Jonathan's character? He was a complex character as well. Just as oh my god, English. Jonathan was a complex character, just like Mike was. But then in the end, nothing, nothing at all. That bothers me, dude. Anyways, chat. Let's talk about the stream schedule for this week. Let's see. Oh yeah, Friday stream was moved to today. Saturday stream is canceled. Sunday stream, no stream per usual, but I'll put out the Wall of Shame in Discord under the Wall of Shame tab. Um, we'll see for Monday. We'll see. If I play games next week, chat, if I stream next week, chat, the games I'll play, I think I'll play Burger Shop, and then I'll play, I might play some Fortnite, I'm not sure. I need to play a different game as well, because I've been playing a lot of Burger Shop and Fortnite. I don't know. We'll see. I do need to get back on Grounded. Grounded 2. I've been had it and I haven't played it. I also need to finish playing Resident Evil 4 remake. There's a lot of games I gotta play. I also bought Resident Evil Village Gold Edition. I have to play it. But yeah, we'll see, chat. I'll put out the schedule in the Discord on Tuesday. But anyways, well, that was my Stranger Things yap. Who knows? I might yap about it more. I need to know if Byler was really in the cards or if I deserve to be in a mental institution. I really need to know. I need an interviewer to ask them. If not, or maybe yeah, whatever. Um, dude, if that question is never asked, it's gonna haunt me forever. I need to know. I might get a chance to watch the first Shadow. Not sure yet. What the heck? Everybody's getting to watch the first Shadow. Let me. Dude, if you have that chance, go for it. Who knows? It could be good. You'll get to see, you'll get to know all the things that I've been talking about. You'll get to know all the secrets, all the things that they said they were gonna show that they didn't show. In London. Think they have it in London? What the heck? Okay. Anyways, chat. I'll see what happens. Right. Chat, we'll see if I have another Stranger Things yap one day or not. Because there's so much stuff that's left unanswered. If I get the chance, I'll def go. W. But we'll see. BTS comeback on March 20th. I'm excited. I'm going to go see BTS on tour this year. I'm fighting for those tickets. Okay, I said what I said. And I'll let you know all about. Thank you, W. Yes, there was somebody else that said they were gonna go see the first Shadow recently. It was Roka. They said they would see it like this week or something. Haven't come back. He's never coming back to tell a tale. 3 months, no, 2 months, 2.5 months. We'll see. Dude, dang it. My bad. I can't believe that. I feel robbed. Chat, ask me from a week from now how I feel about Byler. I'm still gonna tell you I feel robbed. Ask me from a year from now about how I feel about Byler. Robbed. I feel baited. Anyways, I'm gonna head out, chat. Thank you so much for watching. I will see you guys next time. Reminder, make your own opinion about Stranger Things. Make your own opinion about any show or movie that we talk about here. Watch it for yourself, I promise you. Stranger Things is good. Season 1 is the best season, promise. If you want to give it a chance, at least watch season 1. At the very least. I do really like season 2 and 3 and 4. 4? And then volume 1 of season 5? Oh my gosh, dude, I want to go rewatch. Volume 1. But then I just can't bring it upon myself to watch the finale again. That finale's painful, bro. Gonna ask V on her deathbed and she's gonna revive just to yap on more about Byler. I will. I'll take this to my grave. Byler was meant to happen, but they got scared. They couldn't do it. I'm gonna rewatch it in another language. Rewatch it in Japanese. I heard it's pretty funny. It's really entertaining. I saw a clip. He was like, Mr. Clarkson. I was like, oh, this is gold. I gotta do this. That one little line I was sold. Bruh. But yeah. It bothers me. I'm going. I'm leaving. I'm leaving. I've been wanting to see in Japanese. You definitely should. I'm leaving. Chat, thank you so much for watching. I'll see you guys next time. W Stranger Things, still love it. Even though it wasn't perfect, nothing's perfect. It wasn't everything that I wanted it to be, but at the same time, it's still great. Love it. Definitely recommend it. What is it? I think one of the VAs, I don't know what that means, or sounds similar to Dio's. I don't know who Dio's is, but yeah. Bye bye. Good night. All right, chat. Good night. See you guys next time.